So I don't want to bore you with a presentation and like tell about my software, how it works, how it is changing the world, and why it is the need of the hour. But I really want you to actually experience how we have created this product because we really don't believe in big slides and not user usability. My name is Prakarsh Pathak and the product is Spheron, right? And it's a Web3 aggregation layer and it's built for developers, right? As developers, we feel, because I'm a developer myself, and as developers, we feel that there is a whole lot of learning curve when there are multiple chains and multiple technologies involved while using blockchain. So we came up with this problem like that there are multiple levels of operations and multiple levels of CLI required to just put your dApp onto the chain. So we kind of changed it and we made a no-code tool and it's very easy to use. So are you guys building right now? Yes? Yes? Okay, so can I know the framework which you're building right now? Like, are you using JavaScript? Are you using Rust? Solidity? People who are using Rust or Solidity, can you raise your hand? Okay, I can see one. People who are using JavaScript frameworks, can you raise your hand? Okay, that's good. And what else people are using? Okay, so uh, so whatever you are actually using, are you aware of IPFS? Right? So IPFS is a file storage system, right? And for that to be actually leveraged, what we did is, can you just open a tab? Can you just move from your VS Code and you can just open Chrome and open Spheron.network. I don't want you to actually, I really want you to actually use the product versus me telling you whole about it, how it is, what it is for. So you can just, right now you can actually open your Chrome, Safari, Brave, or whatever you are using, and you can open Spheron.network, right? Spheron.network really helps you to put your front end and compute on blockchain. And in very easy steps. Like we faced the same issue years back, and we have been into the space for the next past 4 hours. And it's an easy deployment tool. And we don't want to, we really want to bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. This is what we are really behind. And actually for Web 2 users, to create a usability for them, right? Create accessibility for people to actually host on IPFS, Pinata, and RVeeve and Skynet, right? So that's what we provide deployment for both your front end and back end. So for your back end, I think you're aware of MongoDB, Redis, Postgres, multiple types of backend people use in this, and we help you to compute that. And it's, I feel the product itself speaks for itself. Like the product is so simple and so straightforward that you can just open Spheron and you can start a new cluster and you can start with the backend and also with the front end itself. So it's quite easy to use. It's quite easy to leverage. And the reason we have built this, or the reason we have Spheron, is just to bridge between Web 2 and Web 3 and also enable developers where you need a tool like this so that you ship your dApps very easily, right? So the usability for Spheron is quite broad in comparison to in comparison to other tools out there. And as you can see that, how many of you are actually working in Web3 space? Like you, okay, I can see one. The rest of the people, are you working in Web3 space? You're working in software space, right? So see, mostly the software space gets created and there is a whole lot of money involved in DevOps team. I feel that you are aware of what DevOps is, and DevOps requires a whole lot of crunch when you are actually building a small project for yourself and you're pre-revenue and you want to ship to business very fast, and there is a whole next level of things required while you have to build a DevOps team for your project, right? We kind of save you from that. And we save you because these tools make it leverageable. You can leverage multiple chain, and we're chain agnostic. So that makes your project chain agnostic as well. So you want to put your front end on Filecoin? Yes, you can do that. You want to store your DB using Postgres? Yes, you can do that. You can create a cluster and you can create an instance. So you don't need the complete cycle of learning. For example, Akash, right? So we are aggregating over multiple networks so that you can use them easily. And where we come into play is that you can actually run your IPFS node, APIs, node packages, anything you want to. So it's very flexible at what do you really need the product or the tool to actually do. Right now, I think most of you would be creating a dApp, or like you would be creating something where you are leveraging EVM. So this is something which you can really give a try to, and you can really understand why we are trying to solve this problem. Because as you can see that there are multiple dApps around and DEXs around which have their front ends based on AWS, and that doesn't makes it truly decentralized. And as you can see that there in most of the times when you see that there are front end getting compromised, like when you see that there is some kind of hack or involved, there are multiple there are front end private keys and public keys that gets exposed, and which leads to a loss of so much money. So that's why we thought that hosting is one of the biggest problem that we're trying to solve. We are scaling very fast in India. Like we have onboarded around 2,700 dApps with us in India, and now we are in Southeast Asian market. And we're also hiring in at this point of time because we are aggressively looking at different markets and different streams itself. So feel free to reach out to me on on Twitter, Telegram, or Discord. Now, how do you actually do that? So it's quite simple, and I feel if I still have 1% of your attention, you go to Spheron, Spheron.network, and you click on deploy now. And that's it. That's where it takes you. It's a 3-step thing, and you can just do it within 2 minutes. So we really value time in on blockchain itself, and we have our own CDN network, and also we do DDoS mitigation. So to make sure that it's quite fast and it's quite secure. Now, most of our features are very straightforward. You can do multiple protocol deployment. You can use the CDN, and also we are upgrading our features as we speak. So we are like our company is developer first company. So we have the tools or the features we actually involve in development are built are actually built on the community's mindset itself. For example, we do take community very seriously, and we do take support very seriously, because these are the things which makes a project great. I'm just not speaking in the perspective of Web 2 or Web 3. This is how simple projects are go from good to great. And we also do DDoS mitigation, and we have a validation tool as well. So that validation tools really provide you that this DEX or this DeFi or this exchange is safe to actually put your money in, right? Because we have seen so many failures, and we have seen so many downrights in because there is transactional element involved in this, and that needs to be completely secure. And for that security and also scalable, because if you make it downright secure and it's not scalable, it would be a very big issue for any dApp developer out there. So it's secure, and you have also CI/CD pipeline, which I feel is very important in a dev cycle too. And you can attach your domain, and you can do a whole lot of things. And the billing is very flexible. Right now we are working on fiat payments, but we are flexible with crypto payments right now, and we have built a solution for that. These are some ecosystem partners what we have, and I think some of the infrastructure partners, ecosystem partners, and we have some clients right now. So we are already into business, and there are people who are already using us, and we have onboarded few of the Web 2 clients too, for them to make them understand why they really need a decentralized compute, or why do they really need a decentralized infra. And that's it. And if you have any questions, right now what I'm going to do, built on. And all you need to do is just, if you have any environment variables, just select those environment variables and just click on deploy. And that's it. We have a running bounty in Buildathon, as you can check out on ETH Vietnam team, and it's quite simple to actually win. And right now, this is quite a heavy front end. Like, it's not a light UI, but the amount of time you would see that because we are already on mainnet, so it takes less amount of time to actually initiate and get started with it. So one oh, so I think this is the time. I hope it does not break. I'm kidding. So okay, now once we do it, it's quite simple. You would get a IPFS link and a hash to the web front end where it has been hosted. So ta-da. So you can preview the deployment over here. You would get a Spheron.app link in here. And this is a quite heavy front end which we created. So you can like, I kind of like this. And as you can see that you have this Spheron.app link with it and also the IPFS link over here. And you can preview your deployment. You can see where it has been based on. You can actually attach domains to it too. So if you have any domain, subdomain, and if there are, like if you want to attach domain to the same, you can do that. And you can add teammates to it. And also like something I want to like really focus upon is dark mode. So like it's the best. Okay. So we have for this we have compute 2, and compute 2 is something which we really take proud in, because you can basically start with your Docker image, you can import it from Docker Hub, or you can select a template from over here. So really it really saves you from the pain of pain of really understanding. If in this scenario it's akash.network, and you can go to akash.network and you can select that there are multiple, it has a learning curve to it. So we have been good friends with Akash, and we are built on top of aggregation layer on top of akash.network. I hope my presentation was clear, and I am a technical person myself, so I really am not a fan of big slides, big pitch deck, and I really feel that there should be more of hands-on approach while doing it. So thank you so much, guys, and best of luck for building, and I hope you build something great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your presentation and the practice, Mr. Pathak.